I was just staring at my computer for like a few minutes, like usual. That's my natural habit. No one can fix mine. But somehow this question popped into my head. How did my computer work so amazingly? So I had a plan. Plan A was just staring even more, right? But so I opened Google Chrome and stared even more. So this is what I got. It doesn't change into anything else. It's just still Google with a blank page here, nothing. And plan A, I wiped that. What about plan B? Plan B was just like go to also this Google Chrome site and search for what is inside the computer. So I got these words or these photos, which I don't really know what half of them means. I'm too young to know that, right? Oh, wait. So, probably everyone in this audience right now will probably think, Minh, you're gonna give up. There's nothing could fit you. But I didn't. I didn't give up. And after lots of research, lots of asking questions, lots of info, and a little bit of searching skills, I finally know what's in the computer. What's really in the computer is this, which is a little bit easier. I'll talk about it later. And this, yes, coding. Now, let me slow this down a little bit. What is coding? Well, coding is basically a language for the computer and us to understand each other. But people kept asking me the question, why is coding so hard? Well, if you just take a look at this picture, this is my code from the first program that I made, the first game that I made, which is the bat and ball game. And it looks, for me, it looks simple. But for others, like, Minh, is this an alien language or thing? Because, look, all those numbers makes no sense to me. But it doesn't. If you can learn, you can actually know all of this, what really means. But why? Why is coding important to everyday life, like everyone in the world? So, let me just ask you all a question. How many of you has turned on or opened a single piece of technology, like phone, computer, tablets? Anyone? Every single one of you. That's correct. But can you see how it really operates when you turn on that piece of technology? No one. Right, I was expecting that answer. Because, look, when you open or turn on that phone, you're actually sending the code. You're actually sending multiple signals to the main processor to show that, oh, there's a person opening the phone. And it happens so fast, and it's also inside the phone, so you can always just rig your $700 phone out and see how it works. That will probably cost you a lot of money for that. Now, Google, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you use that every day or actually inside a big, mega long lines of code. Oh, and I've just remembered that I'll tell you a little secret, a little fact, that if you know how to code, you can actually rule the world or take control over the world in an unexpected way. For example, the guy who created Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, he created a social media where people can interact with each other, and he can probably see everyone is chatting with each other. So he kinda, from my perspective, kinda rules the world, right? Now, but that's just the main problem. Look, if you take a look at this chart, this is actually from code.org. 9% of the students have already joined the workforce. They, of course, graduated and joined the workforce in computer science. 91% less, the rest is still opening jobs. So that isn't the main problem. Look, in the future, like 2050 or something, what do you think the Earth would be like? Of course, there would be mountains and seas, and there's humans also, but there's going to be definitely lots of AIs. What's AI? It's artificial intelligence, which means that it's kind of like a robot standing here, like me, but it's actually it's so intelligent. It's intelligent, like a human brain. It's actually a human, right? So if you don't know how to code, then what happens? Well, AI will duplicate, of course, because they have the power of the human brain. They'll double and then duplicate into 4 and then 8 and then 16, and they rule the whole world. And it will be a disaster, right? So what? After all that, people ask me, what's the best way to learn to code? Well, for actually me and my friends also, they are actually really into coding, and maybe they could be programmers, computer scientists in the future. But for other people, I can have you a little bit of real life examples. Don't believe any websites that say learn code immediately. Try to take step by step, like building a wall. You take each brick and then you make the whole wall. It's exactly like coding. One day you learn this code, you learn that code, and after learning all of that, you combine that together, and you make something that's useful, something that's good, something that makes sense. Right. And what about the language? Now, a few examples are Scratch, which is the easiest language I can think of. JavaScript, which is a little bit more complicated because you have to type in lines, and YouTube, of course, it's the big guy. He knows all things about coding. So all of those examples you can put into your life to learn how to code. In conclusion, I think coding will be one of the paths to success. And from my perspective, I think that it could also be one of the most popular jobs in the world from like the next few years. One of the things that are actually in every single code is analyzing data, which coding also has a small part of it. We are getting near to future, and future is getting near to us. If you don't know how to code, okay, it will be a disaster. And right after I leave this room or round, I will give you a small little challenge. Try and learn and know how to code. Because somehow, after my speech right here, you can invent or be a CEO or founder of a tech developing company, or even invent a whole new language that humans can know. Thank you.